I don't generally go live on YouTube, but what happened is that for some reason I didn't even tell you this. So I have my Instagram account. They restricted it for some reason, or they suspended it. And all I put the action figures and dioramas. It's the weirdest thing in the world. All right, man. So we here, and I'm hanging with Jose. Jose, I'm pretty sure, Jose, I've mentioned you in videos at some point. I'm 100% sure that at some point I was like, yo, I knew this dude when I was growing up who loved Joe's probably more than me. And clearly it still holds true because damn, these are all his. These are all his Joes. Um, so yeah, man, that's a lot of that's army building at its best. So in ACBA we call it army building for any, and not just the army, but for any multiple soldiers of anything. Um, and so yeah, this is army building at its finest. So I guess Jose setting up a little something here. So the idea was to have Snake Eye surrounded, and a lot of times with the fact that you have a dial that's in the background and big enough that it can cover everything. For example, we have this guy just standing on the table, but as you get the close up, because the idea is to kind of get Snake Eyes in the middle of it, so you can kind of see, or you get an idea of what the danger is, the danger looming, I guess, so you get it from his point of view. In this particular case, if I was gonna take a picture, I would have to probably cut off a little corner here. So this particular guy here would get cut a little bit, but it would still account for the number of troopers he's against. And again, the idea is, can these troopers really be ahead, even with the number that they have, or even with how badly they outnumber Snake Eyes? So that's kind of the idea behind ACBA, is to get something like, if this was a comic book, this would be a comic book panel, and then the next panel would be maybe Snake Eyes jumping and or them trying to shoot, and he ducks down and sweeps one of, two or three other legs at the same time. So it just kind of depends on, as the artist, how you're gonna let the action flow. But in ACBA, what you do is, for the most part, some people do panels where you continue the story, but generally it's just kind of the picture of the moment. You know what I mean? So in this particular moment, it's Snake Eyes clearly being surrounded by multiple troopers. Yeah. That's a long explanation because Jose just signed up for ACBA today, and so that's a kind of a long explanation for what's happening here. Um, so he brought a whole array. There's still some more troopers that he has there that he hasn't even put on the board yet. We got a Major Blood, a couple Vipers.
Elites. No,
No,
these
well,
are the
I looked
troopers.
at those
Oh,
real
my
quick
fault.
here,
My
but
fault.
no,
Yeah.
these are the troopers.
Yeah. So trying to
The
figure out what we're gonna do with these.
Cobra Island. So where did you get your Cobra Island exclusives? At like Target, or
No,
did you get them on the secondary?
I got the Target, the second release.
Okay.
When they had like a Target Geek, I ordered up, man. Um,
So how many were you able to secure of the Cobra Island specifically?
5.
Not bad.
Nah,
Not
yeah.
bad. And online, or like in person?
No online. I never
Okay.
seen him in person, man.
All
I
right.
never seen him in
You
person.
and many
I
people.
was, it's just that, but he was the one that my limit for him when he was going for over $100. My limit
Which is
was
wild.
$60.
All right.
$60. I'm like, I'll pay 60, but more than that, I was like,
Yo, that
nah.
sucks. Yo, the thing is that I found two, then I found two, then I found one. I ended up finding a total of five in the wild. But dude, like, not for nothing, I exaggerate. I go to Target because it's right
The
down the
troopers?
street. Yeah, the
You
troopers.
found these in the wild?
Yo, dude, I found two and then one. Legit. And when I found him, that one, he was with a second beachhead. I had already
Yeah.
got
The
one beachhead.
infantries, I got a couple of the infantries from the Target that I was telling you about.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I got a couple. I think maybe that Target, I got a couple infantries as well, to be honest with you.
man, I
So
grabbed like 4 out of there.
yeah, and I ended up getting another one at the South Bay Target. Um, so yeah, I ended up with, I think, three of those, and I sold one recently. You know what? It's funny for me, like, not for nothing. This is dope because this is like, if you look at it from like this angle here, there's a lot of fucking troopers right now, a lot. And, so he's legit surrounded. But for me personally, I can't. I don't really go past 5. Like for whatever reason,
What
for
do you mean
whatever
for troopers?
for anything.
Oh
Like
nah, with these man, the thing with me is that I'm into the military shit, and like you
yeah,
gotta have squads. Like this right here is the special squad. It's like you gotta have little squads, and in anything you always got little cliques.
yeah.
Even in
No,
even
no
in the
doubt.
troops, all of these guys don't get along,
No,
bro.
of course. Like if you
These
take
guys,
it to that
you
level,
know,
absolutely. But like for example, I have one, two, three, only 3 aims. Not aim. Fucking why, yo. Every time I always forget the the troopers back there. So those are like the not Hydra. Oh my yo,
the
wow, I can't
Hydra
believe
guys.
not even the Hydra guys. So anyway, let's these are the Hydra guys. So for these guys, I have 5. All the dudes with the green heads in the back. So I got 5 of those. And then I also have of the yellow ones, I got 6 of the aim troopers. So I got 6 aim troopers, I got 5 Hydra, and then shield. That's what it is. I have 3 shield, but I also have a couple 2 packs here. Like this dude's a little bit bigger, so we get a regular Hydra and like a muscle type Hydra. And I thought I had another.
Why is that dude bigger, yo?
Cause they just like you said, it's different people, different clicks. So this like this one right here, that Hydra dude, he's just a bulkier dude with the
Oh yeah,
vest.
okay.
And that's just what there's the regular Hydra guy, and that's the dude with the vest. And you can change his head, and one has like a slice, and the other one has a beard. So he gets 2 heads, which is kind of cool for that one. That was one of the last Toys R Us exclusives before Toys R Us closed down.
Man,
One of the last, son. Crazy. Um,
I miss Toys R Us.
yeah. So and then like for X-Men, I don't really have any army builders because like you know what, the Hellfire Club, I missed out on them. That's one of those situations. Hasbro dropped the ball and not making enough apparently. uh
Yeah, Hasbro's been like they've been. I don't know, man. I got like a love hate relationship with Hasbro, bro. It's like Hasbro's like that conceited girl that you know what I mean? Like she's holding the keys to the, and it's like, yo, come on, man.
just like let it happen. Like
Let it,
why are we struggling?
yeah, it's like, come on.
Yeah,
Old school,
I
come
agree
on,
100%.
man.
And we're actually today's programming is brought to you by Cloud Candy. Actually, it's not brought to you by anybody. It's just what Jose brought Cloud Candy. Um, Yeah, man. So he's setting up over there. So I decided to finally just take. And it's funny because I literally dust fell off when I took this out. So this is the dial that I created. You know what? I should have done this before I started, before I went live. But you know what? It doesn't matter because I'm gonna do it one handed, no problem. Because all you gotta do is plug in a fence and you just magnetize the side wall. So there's no problems. There's no issues here.
Yeah, but these troopers, these the infantry joints, man, they definitely, man. I definitely like. Yeah, I'm happy I got all of the ones I got. I was gonna get, and I actually got 2 more. No, I got 3 more sealed
See, oh, do you have to do
of
more?
the
Damn.
infantry. Yeah,
Okay,
because 2 I'm keeping for my sealed collection,
got it.
and 1 I'm keeping for business in case, you know what I'm saying.
A trade or something like
Later
that.
on, lately I got everybody, but you never know, man. Just because you got everything on in pocket right now, don't mean it's gonna get that tomorrow, man.
Exactly.
Maybe
Exactly.
tomorrow they might come out with like fucking who's the guy I would really like to see? Fucking I like Flash, sci-fi. Sci-fi will be dope.
So yeah,
Low
sci-fi would be
light,
dope.
no light.
Low light. I'm a huge Alpine fan, bro.
Hell yeah,
And yo, but Alpine will come with fucking amazing
yeah,
accessories,
he
man.
should. You see
What?
what he should.
He'd
Will
come
he?
with.
We don't know, but he
No.
should.
So I got it somewhat together. I think I'm missing a wire. I started to paint some of this. You know, a lot of times. Here it is. Here's the missing wall.
Yeah, I think it'll scale good, dude.
I
I'm
think
not.
so too. I think so too. But we have. All right. So this is actually the floor that goes between here, but I haven't magnetized this yet. Um, and that's pretty much, this is the dial that I'm working on that's gonna have. Oh, but this is the thing, Jose, that's dope about.
What?
Where did I put the pieces now? Yo, sometimes I just forget where I put stuff. But so basically, I'm gonna have um. It has to be not here. It is. So because this is like a Sentinel type of situation, I have Sentinel pieces from Marvel Legends back in the day. That's gonna be on the floor of this dial, but it has to go kind of blended in because you know I want it to work so that if you take the pieces out, underneath the pieces, it still looks like rubble or whatever it is. So check out these pieces used to come with Marvel Legends, bro. So like you get,
Oh wow.
I didn't mean to throw it at you, but you get the idea.
Oh yeah, these are dope.
Right. So that's gonna be on the ground. Pero
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make it so you can remove it and underneath will still be rubble so it doesn't look like it's missing a piece. But it looks like it's so it works with or without it.
I think the scale's good.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I just put away the Sentinel. I shouldn't
I
have,
was
but I
just
did.
gonna say like, why the
Because
fuck did you do that?
I thought about this after the fact.
That Sentinel's dope though, man. Not for nothing, bro. That's like I've never seen a $350 figure that I'm like every penny.
Yo, right, dude. Like, trust me,
You
dude.
know what I mean? Like, cause I for real, like just on one rip, on one rip, like 350, and it's like,
It
damn,
hurts. Yeah, no, it does.
no, but I mean, but when you see what it is, bro, is
Then you can. But see, to me, that's probably why I didn't invest in the Galactus. Is legit because I was like, yeah, I didn't even got the other one. I don't know how good it's gonna be. You know what I mean? Like, and I was wrong. Like, I think one of the first things I posted was, yo, I should have got two. That was one of the first things I posted because I really did drop the ball on it. If I could have gotten two Sentinels, I would have gotten two Sentinels. But that Sentinels definitely. But would you say this? Actually, you know what? I lied. This is the top. I thought it was for the middle. No, I forgot. This is the top of the dial. And there we go. So I would say the Sentinel is definitely taller than this,
ye-
like a little bit.
it comes. I would say it probably comes up to his collarbone.
See that?
That
That's
that
perfect, bro.
that white ledge probably comes up to his collarbone.
Yeah, that's
Yo, that
perfect.
Sentinel's dope. You lucky, my boy, dog.
Yeah, I would have been tied up with no Sentinel. Damn, bro. I thought I knew this dude. All right, so Jose's still over here rocking out. Uh, Let me see. We got a total of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
I
Did I
think
count
so.
right?
Yeah,
I
I
think
think yeah,
so.
it's 12.
12 dudes, including Major Blood,
So 13, lucky 13, huh, Snake?
is they're about to get. Yeah, so a lot of again, you can still, the good thing is you can still angle it. You can even kind of rotate it and try to angle it at different ways with not, without exposing the fact that these troopers happen to not be standing on the actual diorama. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing about the photography part, is that you gotta kind of work with perspective and work with it so that it kind of blends in and makes sense.
And not for nothing, like it really could be an uneven courtyard.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
could be after a post fucking earthquake, so these motherfuckers could be like standing on like lower ground type stuff. I don't know.
yep.
I don't
No,
know, but somebody's gonna have a bad day. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
And yo, let me tell you a fun fact, Jose. A
Yo,
fun fact.
what up?
I'm watching the other day. I'm watching Hasbro, the Hasbro channel. They have a Hasbro channel, so they have the,
Mm-hmm.
the GI Joe, original GI Joe.
Mm-hmm.
The first appearance of Quick Kick. Do you remember it? I would never have remembered it until I saw this episode, of course.
Nah, nah.
I,
He was one of my favorites though.
I. So his backstory is that he was a stuntman.
Hmm.
All right, and joined the GI Joe ranks straight from being a stuntman.
Hmm.
So I got screenshots of this because it was incredible. He fought Storm Shadow, a stuntman, fought Storm Shadow and beat him down in one move.
Hmm.
True story, man. I can't even
I mean,
make this up.
but the thing about it is too, dog. Is like anything is possible from all walks of life. You never know. Like even in that new Snake Eyes movie, which was dope by the way. Like dude is cutting up fish and he turns out to be Snake Eyes. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
no
so
doubt.
it's
But I
like
guess my point is that how you gonna disrespect Storm Shadow like that? Quick kick beat him in one, like one. It was a
Yeah,
one
yeah,
move. I
bro,
mean,
yeah,
I
yeah,
understand
yeah,
if you
yeah,
fight, pow,
yeah,
pow, pow, you're going back and forth,
yeah,
bro. Yeah, lo último, he ends
yeah,
up victor. Yo, it was like one move. I'm like,
yeah,
no
yeah,
way, Storm Shadow would have allowed it. Yo,
yeah. That's true. That's true.
I need to search
But
for it on YouTube.
but also too, man. I think that like arts and also like you know in like a gunfight in a quick draw gunfight. Like you could be really fucking good, right? And you always come to drop, boom, boom, boom. But it's always that one day you might be off, and it's
Yeah, no, of
that
course,
one move
yes.
that
Any,
just like, and you know what I mean? It could just.
yo,
But
like,
yeah, no, I did because Storm Shadow, yeah, he's
just
definitely,
just in this
yeah,
perspective, like I
yeah,
hear you, like
yeah,
like Kevin Garnett said, anything is
yeah.
possible.
I mean, I like Quick Kick just because he's kind of like
No, I love Quick Kick.
the closest thing we got to Bruce Lee
Yes,
in GI
yes,
Joe, where it's
yes,
like just on the rip of that,
yes.
Quick Kick gets like
Which is
mad,
funny. Interestingly enough,
yeah.
Shang-Chi happens to be Marvel's Bruce Lee. He
Hmm.
came out of they said it.
Oh
He
yeah,
was
no,
the
yeah,
inspiration.
yeah. No,
Be,
I looked at, I researched that. Yeah, that was true. Yeah, they even used to draw him with the yellow skin, man.
yes,
You know what
yes,
I mean?
yes.
Yeah, for a hot grip.
Uh-huh. So
Yeah,
we got here
man.
4 Vipers over here.
I still haven't peeped the Shang Chi
Four
because
Vipers.
you told me we was gonna
Yo,
go.
because I went to see a first night, which was a Thursday night. It was
Okay, so I
Thursday night or whatever. I went. Um,
and I'm trying to see it free, honestly.
yeah. This dude is mad cheap. He's
Yo,
like,
his hobby's not cheap, bro.
I,
You know how
yeah,
much?
like
You know how
I
much?
gotta
You know how much?
sacrifice.
22, 22, 22,
Yo,
22. Come
this
on, now.
and
You
you're
know,
not
like,
even including the tax.
yeah,
You're being
bro,
fair.
man.
You're being fair. Nah, you're right. You're 100%. You're
No,
100% correct. You're
no,
100% correct.
shit.
Um, yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Right. But yo, but check it. If you see it before 5, it's only like $8.
No, I might do that.
Yeah, so it's not horrible. It's not horrible. I'm the same way. I'm not. I'm
I mean,
cheap.
I hear people saying that they should have put that energy like they made the Shang Chi movie, which I'm looking forward to. You know what I mean? That they should have put that energy into the Snake Eyes joint, which I think that's a fair.
Yeah, but
They should have put the same energy.
yeah, but the
You know?
problem is that Marvel. Yo, it's funny because not for nothing. Remember, GI Joe was under the Marvel imprint for a little bit
Yeah.
as a comic
Yeah,
book,
yeah. No,
but
they
then
started on it.
IWOI something
IDW.
IDW. That's exactly who it is. They took over.
Yeah.
So it's not the
Alright.
Marvel creative heads working on G.I. Joe movies, because if there was, it'd be a whole other issue, Papa.
Yeah, but no, my point is, they do. I saw the Snake Eyes movie, and you know what I mean. Like, I love Snake Eyes, so it's kind of hard for you to kind of like fuck that up for me. Unless Snake Eyes turns out to be a transsexual or some crazy stuff like that, and they do some crazy like seriously,
No,
for
I
you.
know what you mean. It would be
Other than
insane, but
it's gonna
yeah.
be hard. Was the movie good? Absolutely not. But I think that there was a lot of potential. Like if they came through it with the same energy that they did the Shang-Chi movie,
Yeah.
it could have been something like it could
Yes.
have been something they had a lot of potential for future groundwork to keep the brand
Yeah, they
alive.
could. Yeah,
Now,
you're right. You're
now
right.
me, I look at stuff and like Michael Bay, the live action Transformers movies. Like I really wasn't feeling them. I really didn't appreciate them for a while. I mean, I did, but not like these are dope now.
Yeah.
But it kept the brand alive, man.
It did keep the brand alive,
You
and it
know.
sucks for us G1 heads because we're from that era to see Bumblebee not being a Volkswagen Beetle.
Well,
It's
talking, bro.
yeah, it's
Talk,
oh
man.
yeah, exactly.
Bumblebee
So
was a yappy guy. He kept yapping, man.
yeah. So it was a little strange. They did switch some
Hey,
stuff
man.
up that kind of messed it up for us. But
Yeah, bro.
you're right. It did keep it alive at the end of the day. And it's funny because I've enjoyed some of the Netflix series. Like I try to stick to Optimus and Jazz and Wheeljack and Ratchet, like those guys.
Yeah.
Versus like I just never branched out into anything past even Generation 2. I didn't really fuck
Nah,
around with.
the thing about it is, I think that is something that like I feel you on that because I missed out on the Beast Wars joint.
Mhm.
Like I didn't really like cling on to that like that or nothing like that. But that really kept the brand alive as well. If there was no Beast Wars, you know what I mean? I just watched the Transformers movie again at the theater this weekend, man. So it's like if there was no Beast Wars, the brand might have not survived up to.
Exactly.
So it's
So
like,
yeah, it
and now
picked it
I'm
up.
into Beast Wars. Now I'm messing with the Beast Wars, and you could go back and revisit it and everything like that. My son got me into the Beast Wars, like I was telling you, out
Which
of
is
everything.
great, which is great.
You
So
know,
I mean, it works out because at the end of the day, if it got your son into Transformers universe, then you're good to go. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna respect it. Because just because I'm not familiar with the Beast Wars doesn't mean I don't respect it. I mean, it has a huge following.
No, it's actually cool, man.
Yeah, and I like their Optimus Prime, Primal.
Yo, yeah,
What's his
he's
name? Primal.
Optimus Primal. Yeah,
Optimus
I
Primal.
like
I
him
think
because
he's pretty dope.
he's a silverback gorilla, bro.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
then
And
it's
them
like,
dudes
yo,
don't
people used
play.
to be like, yo, if you're gonna be a monkey, be a gorilla, bro.
Yeah, no,
You know
no,
what I'm
they
saying?
don't. They don't. Silverbacks
And
are not to be
he
trifled
did
with.
good on the series, on the Netflix series.
Yeah.
He wasn't no sucker, man. Like Prime on the Netflix on the Siege. Like I love the toy line and everything, bro. They did an amazing job with those toy figures. The Transformers Siege, the Earthrise, and the Kingdom. They did an amazing job with them,
Yeah.
with the figures. But the shows, man, I get it, man. The shows you're trying to cram a big story into like
And
fucking 6 episodes.
exactly, you
It's like
can't.
you
You got
can't,
that, but that's
bro.
to me. That's the whole like you gotta
It's better
respect it
than
more.
nothing. It's better than
It is
nothing.
better than nothing, but like
But you
if it
gotta.
turns people off to not come back to another offering, like is it worth it? But do you even know it's gonna be that bad? Yeah, yeah, so it's
But I also look at it too that maybe, bro, I'm you know what I'm saying. I've seen a few summers,
yeah,
so times change, man.
yeah,
Attention spans change. I think that maybe in our era, when we was growing up, we had mad time on our hands. We could watch a half-hour episode.
yeah, yep.
Now kids will watch a 12-minute episode and go back to their phones or go back to the iPad or go back to whatever. So the attention span that's expected nowadays, I think, is definitely changed. So maybe that's why they're like, yo, we can tell a story in 6 episodes.
Exactly. Man, that's a good point.
But
That's a good
people
point.
like
Yeah.
us that are like more like in depth type stuff with certain aspects, with certain things. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
No, we wanted. We understood the storyline.
Yeah,
We understood like it engages you. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because now
man.
you're more about what's happening. Versus just watching some aimless stuff. Like like they had part two. Like
Yeah.
they drop a part one of something.
But in a way, that's good, man. To tell you the truth, man. In a way, that's good because like what you're doing here, right? With your art here, right? You can basically make 4 dials, and that's your 4 episodes, dog.
Oh,
You know
absolutely.
what I'm
Oh no,
saying? So it's like,
absolutely.
yeah, in
Yeah,
that sense,
yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like in that sense, it's like, yo.
Absolutely. You can't.
And
Yeah,
then
you
you
can.
gotta, and then that's challenge on. Like you gotta tell that story in 4 dials
Yes,
session.
yes,
You know what
yeah.
I'm
Like
saying?
no, and that's the great thing about action figure photography and even video because the tournaments aren't photography. The tournaments are basically you set up your setup, right? Whatever it is, right? And basically what you're doing is you're kind of just running the camera. So you're gonna get an angle. So you're gonna like record that, right? Then you want to come from another angle and start kind of recording that, and then you splice it together. And not for nothing, it's not as difficult as it sounds.
But it takes
Um,
some thinking,
but
man.
it does, it does. I have a couple of entries. I'll show you old school YouTube entries. Is a couple years old, but you get an idea. So you get kind of that background music. So you're trying to get the feel of the moment. So okay, so there's a movie called. Oh my God, I'm gonna forget. I don't even know why I brought up the story. 'Cause I'm gonna forget. It's a famous movie anyway. So I replicated the hallway of this movie, and in it, Captain America's fighting Hydra soldiers, and the concept was good. The execution wasn't that great. Like my posing wasn't that great. You know what I mean? Like it should have been more dynamic. It was a little too stiff. Um, but you live and you learn because I think the year after that, or maybe I don't know. At one point, I got like seventh place out of 100 participants. So
Right.
I did okay. I didn't win anything, but
That's pretty dope, man.
yo, listen, I was
Seven's a good number, man.
seven's a good number, and then I tried another year, and I don't think I cracked the top 30. It's competitive, man. You can't just show up, and, just whatever. It's real competitive, man. Where did I put? I Anyway, so if y'all just tuning in, we still live, man. I just been recording our conversation because it's real shit being spoken. But in the meantime, I don't know what I do with my glasses, whatever. Uh yeah, I can't even. It's funny because there's people who I think maybe asking questions, but I can't read. Oh, here they
You
are.
don't have to put him in that pose, bro. I'm trying to off the rip, trying to recreate the original Snake Eyes, the first Snake Eyes pose and shit.
Yeah, yeah,
He's like, y'all might think y'all got me surrounded, but like,
yeah.
but you know, I mean, they really do,
Right,
but
right.
you know.
Not The Shining. Okay, no, I am reading. Not The Shining. It was I think a Japanese fighting type movie. Um, yeah, but it wasn't The Shining. Old Boy. That's what it was. Thank you, Eric. It was Old Boy. Did you ever see that movie, Old Boy?
Nah.
Yo, he just mad dudes are coming at him in this one hallway. he he's kicking so much ass that he's like everyone's exhausted out there, like like one of those where you're just kind of swinging like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's wild, it's wild. See, yeah, see, there you go. You want to get, so what Jose's demonstrating here is the proper way to take these pictures, because really you want to get to the level of the action figures, because if you're to the level of the action figures, then you're gonna get kind of that real feel type situation, in the look that you want. Again, we understand these are action figures and what have you, but we strive to make, like, for example, I'm gonna give you like an example. Like right now, this particular action figure right here, his gun is pointing up there somewhere. So these are like the details that we go
Mm-hmm.
into it. Like Major Blood is pointing over there.
Yeah.
And so it has to be something where you can look at it over. What's up, Thomas? We can look at it over it, and it changes a little bit now, because now it doesn't matter if the gun's high or low. It almost looks like they're all pointing at Snake Eyes, just because it's a different angle. And versus this one, where you can see right here, Major Blood is not pointing at him whatsoever. He's just, I don't know, pointing at a bird. So that's the situation you have whenever you start to kind of
It's too much vodka last night.
yeah, for real.
He's
Oh
deep
man.
enough, so he's like, yo, y'all better handle this shit. Y'all better handle it. He's deep enough, so I mean they deep enough, so
Yeah, and these I don't know if anyone out there is a GI Joe 6-inch classified GI Joe collector, but these figures are pretty amazing. Almost every single one is a hit. I mean,
yeah.
it's uncanny
It's a home
that,
run line, man.
yeah, no, it really is. Like, I mean, you can even look at uh yeah, across the board. And obviously they're gonna reuse some parts, so some of them have the
That
same boots. That's a
that's
forever happened in
yeah,
action figure.
that
This is not,
right.
you can't create a new mold for every figure. That'd be ridiculous. So but they blend it in a way where it's different enough from every figure, which is the dope part. I was able to buy the HasLab Sentinel, and Jose and his son hooked me up with one. So now I own it, and I don't have to worry about finding it, because they got re-released and I was kind of looking for it, but I was never able to find it. So luckily I have that. So I have a decent GI Joe collection. I don't have every single one. As some of the special edition ones I missed out when my boy G dropped the ball and didn't order us that Snake Eyes that came with uh that came with the
Timber.
no, the first one that came with like the katana
Oh, the double
holders,
O?
yeah, like the,
The yeah. That
so
shit that one's overrated, I think.
yeah, it is, but at the same time,
I still want it.
it's, yes.
You know what I mean?
No doubt about it. No doubt
I'm
about
just
it.
not paying $1.50 for it.
Yeah, no, no, that's ridiculous. So actually Thomas yeah, and it's exclusive, as Thomas Brock just pointed out. But Thomas also said that he enjoyed the Snake Eyes movie.
I did actually. I mean, I bought it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah,
But again, it's just because Snake Eyes is my dude for personal reasons. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah. See, I had bought these little GI Joe, these metal GI Joes. They don't pose or anything, but I bought them because I had also bought the red line, the RED line of the Transformers G1. So they're this size. So I wanted to set up a shot where I can put Optimus Prime next to Snake Eyes, but after kind of looking at it, I don't think it scales correctly, because Snake Eyes would have to fit basically in his chest if he was driving him. So Snake Eyes is too big. Doesn't work.
Oh, let me see. Which one? On that one?
Yeah.
It might
Cause,
work
no,
on.
because
It,
think
it might
of
work on the Earth.
perspective. Like
It
if
might
you did
work
it
on.
far away.
It might work on the Earthrise one.
Yeah, maybe.
'Cause
Is it bigger than this?
yeah,
Yeah.
and the chest opens.
Oh, okay.
And if it doesn't work on the Earthrise, it'll definitely work on the Masterpiece one.
All right.
Definitely for sure.
That little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the
Yeah. So I
Masterpiece,
legit
'cause the
just bought them
Masterpiece
just
one
for
is
that,
bigger.
because they're just metal and painted.
No, those
You
are
know.
pretty cool too. I like those joints.
And it's funny because they actually came and went real quick at Target. Yo, but Target's been empty lately though, so it's
Man, I don't know what's going on, man. I think they just basically they don't. I think playing with toys is something that so, like I don't know. They're trying to like move kids away from that, man, which is a shame because it's like this is where creativity is bred.
Yeah,
You
no,
know what I'm saying?
imagination and creativity, no doubt
And
about it. Like,
you don't need imagination and creativity to like work an iPad. iPads are fun. They're
yeah,
forceful,
yeah, yeah.
but you don't exercise your creativity with that.
Nah, because if you're just swiping and reading, I mean, that's great. Don't
Yeah,
get me wrong, but like
yeah.
to be able to like, for example, just so you have all these figures, right?
Yeah,
You
but
don't know about ACBA, like you don't know that there's a
nah,
whole you didn't know that there's a whole community of people who are doing what you're doing,
nah, I didn't know that.
which is basically just setting up this scene of what in your mind how it would
Well,
be. You know what I mean?
I'm doing this because of you, dog.
Well, no,
You
because yeah,
got this, and I
yes,
can, you know what I mean?
but as soon as you saw it, you because I remember you telling me like, oh, word, I'm gonna bring some figures and put them on your dials.
Yeah,
It wasn't like I was like, yo, Jose, bring some figures because I would have eventually thought about it, but you thought about it first in those terms.
yeah.
But the point is that you just felt this like, yo, I just want to take some pictures in front of it. You know what I mean? Like, so that's excuse me, ultimately, that's just love for action figures, man. That's it. There's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong. It's a beautiful thing. Um, I actually have this. There's a famous comic book cover where Wolverine is crucified on an X.
For real?
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty dope.
Now Wolverine is one of them dudes. I love Wolverine.
Oh no, you know that. You know that.
You
There's a.
remember?
Go ahead.
You remember back in the day they had that line Secret Wars?
Oh yeah, that's how I started. That's how.
Yeah.
Yo,
Who made that line?
what do you mean? Like that's a Marvel line.
What, no,
Like,
I'm talking about the manufacturer. Was it?
oh, it was
Mattel,
it was
LJN?
it was. I think it was Toy Biz.
Maybe. Yeah, yeah,
I think it
probably.
was Toy Biz.
That Kang from the Marvel.
Oh, you should have grabbed
I
it.
know. I was gonna call you. I'm like, yo, should I call this guy see if he wanted, man?
I mean, I got it, but
I
you should have grabbed it,
yeah,
bro.
but dude, I'm trying.
I know, I know, I know, I
If I
know.
get hooked on the Marvels, I'm done, bro.
Yeah, it's like an
I
extra
can't.
drug
I
that you
can't,
don't need
bro.
in your
You know
life.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I got too many. I got too many hobbies because I got this and I got other shit I fuck with. You know what I mean? Like,
No, no, I respect that, man. It's not easy.
Cause the Marvels are dope. Though. I'm telling you that Iron Man Infinity Saga, man. If I was a little criminal, that would have came home with me.
Right.
Yeah, man. But I'm trying to not you know what I mean? Like,
Nah, it's tough because some
yeah,
of them
man.
look good, and like then you'll say to yourself, "I'll just get the Avengers."
Yeah,
Then you'll see a dope Wolverine. You're like, "I'll just get a
yeah.
Wolverine." Yeah,
I
no, it's
know,
hard.
I
It's
know,
hard.
dude. I know.
No, it's not
Yo,
easy.
cause that's the thing with the classified line. My wife bought me the first five because when before they came out, you know what I mean. I saw that they were coming out,
Yeah.
and you could pre-order them and shit. So I was like, yo, she like, oh, what you want for Christmas? I'm like, yo, get me these GI Joes. They're only $100 and shit.
Yeah.
She like, I bet. Kind of want to, $100 whatever for Christmas. That's not unreasonable. So she got them joints for me. But them shits didn't come. They didn't come until like May, man. And
Wow.
then, but that's my birthday, so I was like, bet.
Also, you got him right
I
on
was like,
time.
bet. And all of them got opened just we popped them out the box. My son was like,
Nice.
yo, my son, oh man. I had to play like Tom and Jerry with him. You know when Tom used to sneak away from Jerry? Like Tom, I had
Yeah.
to be like that with him, man.
Yo, but
But
it's wild because the for Jose in particular, Jose has a 5. He's 5, right?
yeah,
Jose has a 5-year-old, right? So my sons are 29 and 24. So Jose just started, bro. You got a long road ahead of you, but it's a great road. It's a beautiful road, and so he's able to experience these action figures with his son, which is dope because I had the same experience with Cito. Like I used to buy like Toy Biz, GI Joe, GI Joe, Toy Biz X-Men, and then with Abel, the Marvel Legends line started when Abel was little I don't know, maybe it was 9 or 10. So I started buying the Marvel Legends joints. Yo, it was a great experience. They enjoyed it. Abel used to actually collect the. I think I have Gollum here. Abel actually used to like the Lord of the Rings figures. I remember he had them all. He had like the horse. He had
yo,
Gandalf. He
them
had
joints are dope, honestly,
oh
man.
those toy businesses. I still
So
have
you
the
still
horse,
have them?
bro. I still have the horse.
Yo, the horse will probably go for dope. Keep that for barter
Well,
business.
the funny thing is, like, I bought the horse brand new. Yo, Jose, I went to a spot in Connecticut, bro. Like a random, yo, man, a random comic book store.
I love it,
And I
man.
go, yo, do you guys happen to have the Toy Biz horse? This guy comes out with a case, brand new, never opened. Opens it up, takes the tissue paper out. It's either the white horse or the black horse. I think I took the white one. But anyway, brand fucking new, bro. It was amazing. Oh man,
Yeah, man.
because it was like a small little comic book shop in the middle of nowhere, bro.
No,
Um,
those are the best, and that's you know what I'm saying. Like that's the shit. I mean, that's the stuff that's dope there about. Like sometimes when I take family trips, like wherever I find myself at, we adventure. Sometimes we go out of town, whatever. And I'm like, yo, where we at? We like in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
yes, and you
Let's
go
see
visit.
what's
Yes,
around here.
bro,
And we
bro.
end up, and it's good, man.
Do you remember the comic book Pit by Image Comics?
The comic book pit.
Pitt, yeah, it was like this big dude. He was like an imitation Hulk, but he had like a long hair.
Nah, the only one I remember from Image Comics was I think I still got.
Spawn.
No, remember that guy Supreme?
Supreme, yeah, hell
Supreme.
yeah, absolutely. I collected
So
Supreme. He
I
was like the
got
Superman version
I
of it.
got So I think I got number one of that.
Oh, all right, all
Yeah,
right, all
stuff like
right.
that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But damn, my mom's girl. I gotta go get that stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta do it. My son's not around because I grabbed some RID Transformers. They're all in the box.
Yeah.
RIDs when Optimus Prime was a fire truck,
Okay.
and my son is trying to like manipulate me into not selling that joint. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, you got a lot of dope toys.
Yeah,
You need to
you're
get
good.
out of
Yeah,
here, man.
exactly.
You Gucci dog. Like, I need that to feed the other joints that I need.
Yeah, yo, but that's the thing. A lot of it is just kind of flipping it back into your own collection.
What it is just like, cause like I got that in the box and everything.
Yeah.
I took it out, play with it a little bit, but obviously, I take care of my stuff, and I put it back in the box.
Yeah.
And so it's in really good condition. It's in the original box. It's got everything it came with. So it's gonna go to somebody who really wants that, who can appreciate that from their era.
Exactly.
You know
Exactly.
And in turn, I'm gonna get something that I mess with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it is, one hand wash the other. It is that's how it should be, man. I'm not gonna give it to my son. Crazy.
Right.
He wants it though, and I know
To
he
a
likes
certain
comic books.
extent.
No, but you know what? He did me dirty too, cause I got the we grew up on G1, right?
Yep.
So the Transformers, the current line, they the last one was Kingdom,
Okay.
and in they dropped an Inferno.
All right.
Inferno is exactly like the old.
I saw that on the shelves. Okay. Okay. That's dope. Damn, I should have got it. I should have got it.
I got it from
Yeah,
me.
yeah, I should have got it.
The day after I got it.
Right, right. But it's hard. I've done that too. I would get
Like,
shit and give it to,
bro,
especially to
man.
Abel. I would
It's
give him
exactly
shit. Yeah.
that, man. And it's a dope figure.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Like,
I
man, bro.
pass me that yardstick that's right there in the cup. The ruler right there.
This one?
Yeah. All right. So this is 24 inches. So the Sentinel, yeah,
This is a nice figure, man.
series that.
No.
No,
Pero I'm feeling it enough, more than not.
24. We're looking. All right. All right. That's cool.
They even got the tie they move. That's dope.
Yeah, no, no. It's they've reused that buck a couple times, but I like this particular color. I like the how the actor and I buy that's only
They did, and they should do it because it cut. Not only did it cut cost, but it cuts unnecessary waste.
exactly,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? And like, like, do we really need them to have a different mold for each guy?
Yeah.
If it's gonna, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Cost
no, no, it's not even
unnecessary waste,
exact. Yeah,
it's not
you're
that
right.
big a
You're right.
deal, man.
And but it's funny because they're not really doing the cross promotion or the cross like Marvel Legends keeps to itself. It's all Hasbro. Marvel Legends keeps to itself. GI Joe does its own thing, and then Star Wars does
I
its
can
own
see
thing.
why though.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes
You know,
sense.
no, honestly, from a real level, I can see why because it's like whoever's working on a Marvel level on these Marvel joints,
Yeah.
they definitely got passion. And why should we let the GI Joe team guys who don't even work with us really like that come
Yeah.
through, borrow ideas? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
build
bet
on
you.
our ideas
Yes,
and shit
yes.
like that. Like, fuck them off. Not, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not
no,
like
no, I know
that,
what you mean. It's
but
almost like this
it's
friendly
like,
competition happening
yeah,
within
man.
departments, and I
Even
get
we
that,
suffer for it.
and I get
But
it. But you know what? Not for nothing. I'm a.
like this thing is pretty dope.
Yeah.
Not for nothing. I mean, I would have not liked out the bottom because like I'm not a Loki fan like that. But
Yeah, yeah.
I can respect how they did with
But
it.
what I love about it is you can exchange the head. You can pop any head, any white boy's head
I'm
on
about to
there.
call these guys and be like, yo, this is my picture, this is my height. Once y'all make me an
I
action
saw
figure
this
for
yo
me,
in the
bro.
mall. There was a mall that I was at in New Orleans that
Stop
they
it.
yeah, but it looked weird. It was kind of like it was around. It was like a bit. It was weird. It was like
Word.
laser printed onto a standard head that everybody got the same head, and they just laser printed your face. So it
Yeah.
looked weird. It looked off. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
So I didn't get it. I was like, no, thank you.
Nah, but something like this, bro, yeah, man. Put me a little Levi jeans champion hoodie.
Yo, but you know what I don't get? Okay, so they have like for example, they have an Indiana Jones figure. They got a Link figure. They got a this Asian guy who he's some famous some show in Japan. I don't even know. They got him.
Probably like
They got Keanu Reeves, right?
yeah,
So
but
my whole thing is like, How is there not a Wu Tang Clan, bro, with wallabies on? And come on, the accessories alone will be amazing. You can have different fitted caps.
No, now that you mention that, you know what somebody was saying, right? Now, me, I didn't really like the game like that, but it's related to what you're talking about. Remember the Def Jam fight
Yes,
games
yep.
for the PS3
Def
with
Jam
PS3?
Vendetta, yep.
Man, right? I think it was a great concept. People want that to get revived. I can see why, and I think if that happens, they should revive that. But they can even make action figures with that if they
Exactly.
go with that. Because
Yes, yes.
Fortnite
So
got the
at the
action
very
figures.
yeah, exactly. So at the very least, you're getting the action figures of some of the Wu Tang, like Method Man.
And
It's
yo,
not
those will sell, bro.
yo
I'll get all of
apps.
them.
Yo,
I
bro,
got the
come
I got the
on.
Wu Tang game for the PS1.
Yo, yeah, man.
The
It's
you know what I'm
it's
talking about? The Wu Tang game
yeah,
for the
yep,
PS.
yep,
I
yep,
got
yep.
that at the crib, man. The hard copy, nice copy, and everything. I made sure I grabbed that.
All right, we're about to sign off because I think we've been on for almost 40 minutes, 41 minutes. All right, y'all. If you stuck around, we appreciate it. We just hanging out, man. We having a couple beers. We're just Jose brought some of his figures from his collection so he can pose them in this dial that I just finished. This is the dial I just put on the last episode in terms of kind of my just showing the work done on that dial. So that's happening. At some point, you're gonna get this dial here completed, because the goal is, in all honesty, me selling this particular dial right here um is gonna fund my daughter's 18th birthday weekend extravaganza. She wants to kind of go to an overnight, somewhere like a bed and breakfast type joint. You know what I mean? She wants to go shopping a little bit. So I want to hook her up, and this is gonna help make her birthday even better. Somebody just asked me a question if the blue board, which is actually not blue, what color is that right there, to you, Jose? What color is that?
That's kind of like a light aqua green.
Thank you. It's a green. Yo,
Yes, it's
why
green.
do it's not blue,
Green's
guys?
my favorite color, so I know
Yes,
that.
it's that. That's a
This is
green.
blue. This is blue.
That's blue. The can is blue. You see the difference?
Yeah.
So it's not. So yeah. So the blue. I'm sorry. The green versus the pink. Okay, here we go. Here's my review. The pink board is definitely more.
That's not pink, man.
What do you think that is?
That's like plum ice cream.
Plum ice cream.
Word up, man.
Yeah. So the plum
Yeah.
ice cream
Yeah,
is
bro.
is a little more.
It looks like it's more sturdy.
Actually, no. Okay, so for example, when I'm doing these marks right here,
Yeah, bro.
it's easier to do it on the pink than it is on the green. The green's firm, is more firm, right?
Yeah. You're right. Like
Exactly.
I can hit you with this
Yes.
and
And
not
so,
dent it.
yeah, and like
This one,
like feel this.
I threw.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the pink I feel like is a little less dense. The green is, or excuse me, the plum. The green is definitely a more dense, a little tougher to beat down with the little brick that I use to make those marks. It's definitely a little tougher. But in general, I for some reason I love the look of the painted green one versus the painted pink one. I almost feel like it's a different, almost like there's a texture look to it, because the way these get cut, there's some, it's, I don't know, excuse me, I don't know if you can see it, but the lines that are going at like a 45-degree angle, they give it a certain type of texture when you're painting it, versus this guy that doesn't have any marks. The plum don't have any marks. There's no 45-degree swirl type of situation, and that's what we get with the green. So it just depends. In all honesty, I can make both work. Like, I'll work with either one. If I had a choice for whatever reason, I always lean towards the Pink Panther. Go with the pink. Um,
Go with the pink one.
yeah, you can. Oh man. Anyway, uh it's been a tough week. Oh, and see, this is what happens when you're posting. This happens all the time. It's been
I'll
a
try to have beaches sneak up on his head, man.
oh yeah, nah,
Make it
Beach.
look
Yeah,
like
he
it's
has
me.
yo, you know what's funny is that, so the other day, Jose was here with his son. His son is 5 years old, right? So his son goes, yeah, I was mad impressed. My son goes, Dad has the beach eye with the brown eyes and the blue eyes. I was like, oh, yo, drop the mic. And I was like, he's like, what color eyes are your beach eye? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't even look. I didn't have my glasses. I just hung them up on the wall. So that was pretty funny. But Jose's son is a trip. He loves action figures. It was just so cool to see youngsters get into it because everything's like electronic these days. And don't get me wrong, I get it, accessible, it's easier. Um, but it's really cool to see a youngster like be into action figures. I actually found a bunch of, oh, I forgot the name of them, but they were G1 Transformers that would they were made more for younger kids, 5, 6, 5, 6 years old. They don't transform or anything, but they're really cool. And I found them in a box in a bin that I had, so I gathered those for Josiah. So I have to just make sure Jose takes them when he goes. But they're very, very, very cool, and I think he's gonna enjoy them. So, all right, man. So we at the 48-minute mark. I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys. And I wait, October 2021, my G, you win. I don't know what you're talking about.
Comic Con Baltimore.
Let me see. Maybe Comic Con Baltimore. No, no, no. Oh, NCA. Oh, for the October. I'm sorry. I say, am I in for October? You know what? I may do something. If I still have this dial, I may do something. I just got a screen figure. I got a ghost face figure, so that has 3 different knives. It comes with some different hands, but I can't stand NECA figures, bro. I can't. Every time I get them, I'll have them for a little bit, then I'll sell them. I just can't stand NECA figures. It's just the weirdest articulation system. It's QC issues. It's just a problem, man. It's a problem. All right, man, and I'm out. I'm out.